You're watching KDCG, uniquely Acadiana, a Delta Media station.
Right here, right now, it's LA South. I'm Pamela Kay, and today's guest travels with his own sense of style and Cajun humor. You'll have to check out his white rubber boots in just a minute. He is Cajun comedian extraordinaire, Daryl Pellerin.
Hi, I'm Malaya Doucette. I'm a professional model, and I am LA South.
I'm with Daryl Pellerin, and he is the Cajun comedian. Now, Daryl, how do you become the Cajun comedian, the Cajun comedian?
Well, actually, it already started in high school. The teachers thought I was a joke myself, you know. And from then on, you know, I'm passing a good time with people. You know, my accent is perfect like that. So that's what I do. I just tell some jokes there, make everybody laugh, there, passing a good time.
Now, is the Cajun comedian really who you are? Or is this kind of a persona that you like to portray?
Man, that's a persona, because I speak correctly.
Oh, just checking. We had to have that disclaimer. Now, a Cajun comedian, what type of woman would be married to a Cajun comedian?
3 of them.
Ooh.
One at a time, though.
One at a time.
Yeah, I've been married 3 times.
Okay, well, ladies, you never know. He's got a good track record, so he may be available in the future. My apologies to your current wife. Hopefully she's not watching. Tell me more about you. How did this idea go from being in high school, getting in trouble, probably getting a few paddles along the way, to where you are now, where you're known nationwide?
Yeah. Well, matter of fact, on the web, I am known nationwide there. And as far as just having fun there, people is calling me and say, Pellerin, can you come and do some comedy for us there? And sure enough, I do that, you know. I've been all over the place. I've been Kansas City, I've been to Florida, I've been to Mexico, I've been to Venezuela. Don't want to go there now, but you know, passing a good time. I've been in the United States there, went to Houston, all around.
All over the world.
All over the world.
Now tell me, do you always bring these special boots
that's my Delcom Reeboks
with
there.
you? The Delcom Reeboks. Well, I need a pair of Delcom Reeboks. Now, do I have? I know I've got the black ones on today. Do I need to wear a pair of Delcom Reeboks and some overalls when I go to see your show? Is there?
No, you don't have to do that. You just come in dressed like you are.
And I want to get a little sneak peek of what I would hear at one of your shows. I hear you really like dogs more than the 2 ex-wives and maybe the current one. I'm not quite sure. What's the story on the dogs?
Well, actually, you know, 2 dogs are better than 2 wives. Okay, that's for sure. And
at the same time or different times?
At the same time.
Okay.
It's better than 2 wives at the same time. And for sure, 2 dogs are better than 2 wives. And I can tell you why. The later you are, the more excited your dog is to see you. That's not true with your wife, though. Dogs don't notice if you call them by another dog's name. I think your wife is going to do that. And a dog's parents never visit. Oh, I like that one, though. And if a dog has babies, you can put an ad in the paper and get rid of them any time, though. And if a dog smells another dog on you, they don't get mad, they just think it's interesting. And last but not least, if a dog leaves you, she don't take half your stuff.
How do the ladies respond to comedy like that?
Man, they laughing all the time, yeah, the men and the women. But I think the men laugh a little bit harder than the women on that.
Now, do you do a reverse version, maybe with cats and women, and why that's better than?
That's the only one I do right now. But that's a good idea. I might work one like that.
We got to work one for the ladies in there too, kind of a rebuttal to that one.
There you go.
Now, I hear you had this great story about a special ice cream place, but you refer to it differently than most people.
Well, yeah, it's Baskin and Robbins there. Well, I got my chair here, so this is how this went down. See, I'm sitting at the little counter there, and this little girl, I think she's brand new there at Baskin and Robbins there. And she asked me, she said, what I want, you know? So I tell her, I said, well, give me 2 bananas. Split that, one for me, one for my wife there. So sure enough, she split the bananas there, and she put them in top there, and she started making everything there. She said, what you want on there? I said, well, you can put whatever you want there. I said, she said, you want me to put some chocolate syrup on there? I said, yeah, you can put that there. She said, you want me to put some cherries on there? I said, yeah, you can put them cherries on there. And all the time I'm moving around like this, boy, just squirting and squirming and everything. She says, crushed nuts? I said, no, Sha, it's just hemorrhoids. That's the problem there.
Well, I'm guessing that Baskin-Robbins does not offer preparation age.
I don't think so, not with the banana splits for sure.
But I do have to ask, you've got a special Cajun medical dictionary of terminology.
That's right, I've been working on that for a long time. That's called the Cajun Medical Dictionary. And if you don't believe me, just look it up in your funkin' waggles.
Well, we're about to check that out in just a minute. But before that, where can people find how to contact you to book you for gigs?
Go to Facebook, Darryl Pellerin, D-A-R-R-Y-L, P-E-L-L-E-R-I-N. You can pass yourself a good time, watch a couple of my shows there too.
Absolutely. Darryl Pellerin, the Cajun comedian. We'll be right back with Darryl Pellerin's version of a medical dictionary. You don't want to miss it. Cajun comedian. All right, I know we ran out during commercial break to grab our white rubber boots. Here is more of Darryl Pellerin, your Cajun comedian. We're back with the Cajun comedian, and we're about to check out your video of medical terminology, Cajun style, LA South style, but Cajun style. Tell me, where was this filmed?
That was filmed in New Iberia. They had a car show for the Evangeline area there. And I was invited there, believe it or not. They paid me too.
Well worth it.
Well worth it, that's right. They fed me real good. So anyway, this is my Cajun Medical Dictionary. And if you don't believe me, just look it up in your funkin' waggles.
There you go. Go look for that on your bookshelf. And we're going to watch right now here on LA South.
I've been working on for a long time. This is the Cajun Medical Dictionary. Funkin' wagon. So if you don't believe me, just look it up in your funkin' wagon. I'm gonna read you a few things what I wrote. Acupuncture. That's usually gonna make your tire go flat. Acute colic. Looks like Lassie. Barium. That's what you do if CPR don't work. Bursitis. That's where your buddy stand if you're in trouble. Benign. That's what you be after you be 8. A Caesarean section. That's a neighborhood in Rome. Cataract. That's a car made by General Motors. Defecation. That's a resort for the hard of hearing. Dilate. Dilate. That's when you live a long time. An enema. It's not your friend. It's your enema. In the fibula. How many doctors and nurses they got here? Any doctors, nurses? Would you? I'm a nurse. You on RN? Yes. Good. You know what the fibula is? That's a small line. You want to know this? What's a furuncle? A furuncle. Now that's a medical term. Yeah. That's a distant relative. Furuncle. Heart. But the F is silent. Labor pains. That's when you get hurt at work. That's what Sin doing right now. She's limping, she sprained her ankle. MRI. It's a choice between him and me. Y'all write that down? Nitrate. Cheaper than day rates. Node. That's past tense, I knew that. OBGYN. Oh boy, got you naked. Outpatient. Outpatient. That's one who's fainted. Palpitations. Friends sign these to help a good cause. Pelvis. That's second cousin to Elvis. Protein. Protein, that's for the young people. Recovery room. That's a place where they do upholstery. Rectum? Nearly killed him. Seizure. That's the Roman emperor. Septic shock. That's your reaction to an overflowing cesspool. Then they got stagnant. That's wichana. Sutures. That's the papers filed by a lawyer. Terminal illness. Terminal illness. Who coughed like that? I had a friend who had a bad cough like that. Poor thing, he died. You better get checked out. Because he just finished making love to his girlfriend. And he coughed like that when her husband came in. Tumor. Tumor. 1 plus 1 more. Upper GI. That's an army officer. Urine. That's opposite of you're out. The varicose veins. That's blood vessels that are far apart. And a vulva. That's a German automobile. That's just a few of my definitions that in my Funkin' Wagner's Cajun Medical Dictionary. Yo, pass yourself a good time over here.
Well, Daryl Pellerin, the Cajun comedian, we want to invite you to check him out on Facebook and book him for your next gig. And I just want to really thank you for being with us today, sharing your Cajun humor, LA South style.
Hi, how you doing? This is Alan with Cutthroat Tattoos in Broussard. I have a little bit of helpful information for you. If you're considering getting a tattoo, there are a few things that you should definitely know. First of all, when it comes to getting a tattoo, it's a lifelong decision. It's permanent. So be sure that whatever you choose, choose well. Think ahead. Think about what you're getting and where you're putting it. Is it going to be a problem if you get a tattoo on your face, as an example? It's going to preclude you from getting a job later? You might want to think twice about that. Not to say that I wouldn't do it for you, but really think about what you're getting and where you're putting it. That's number one. Number two, consider where you're getting a tattoo from. Most people don't know this, but it's illegal to tattoo out of your house. In Louisiana, tattooing is regulated by the Board of Health. All tattoo artists must be licensed, and the only way you can get a license if it's through a licensed tattoo studio. Because when you're filling out all the forms to get your license, it asks what shop are you affiliated with. And every year me and every other tattoo artist in Louisiana have to renew our licenses every year. And there's these certain classes that we have to take every year in order to attain that license. So you want to make sure that you go to somebody who's been properly trained and not somebody at their kitchen table, because that's not clean, it's not sterile. Those people are not licensed. It's illegal what they're doing, and they have not been properly trained in the prevention of cross-contamination or sterilization, or how to prevent you from getting a disease. And the biggest thing I can tell you is most people think, all I have to do is make sure they use a new needle, and it's not that at all. There's way much more to it than that. It's not simply the use of a new needle, which is very important, by the way, but there are many other ways that you can acquire an infection, such as hepatitis or something worse, from simply not a new needle.
In entertainment news, Justin Bieber had the worst week ever, so I hear. Then you've got Chris Brown. If he's not giving Rihanna problems, and hopefully she'll just stay away from him, because, you know, abusers, you just want to avoid them altogether. But he's given Drake issues, and they've just got this beef going back and forth. But I know the experts who have all the gossip, and that's TJ and Cody with Mix 107. Who are they talking about today? Well, I don't know, but you will in just a minute.
Yeah, with your Mix 107.1 entertainment news and celebrity gossip with you on a Wednesday. And the time change, Cody. I mean, it got me.
You're sick now.
I can breathe on one nostril, but the other one is just not working.
Let's not try to get me sick.
I'm sorry, you need a little mask.
Like SARS.
Anyway. Hey, speaking of celebrity news, Lady Gaga, is she getting married?
Well, that's the word from her longtime DJ friend, Lady Starlight.
I like the name.
Yeah, supposedly her and her longtime beau,
Taylor
Kitty.
They
might tie the knot. And supposedly it's going to be before Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie and also Jennifer Aniston. So I guess she's trying to beat those.
She's trying to, it's like a competition. You know, it's like, who can get married first?
You want to have a wager? You want to do a little bet? A little side bet?
I think Lady Gaga's going to pull this one over.
Probably.
I mean, if we got more details, we got the picture on our website at mix1071fm.com. Lady Gaga getting married. That's a poker face right there.
All right.
Anyway, hey, make sure you like our Facebook page, facebook.com/mix1071. We have a lot going on. Your chance to win a family 4-pack to Disney on Ice Worlds of Fantasy, powered by Harry Stone's Boutique and River Ranch. Up until Friday, your chance to win takes Disney to 68255.
Yes.
Have a great rest of the week. We'll be back with you on Friday. Have a good day.
Thanks for joining me here on LA South.
Get caught buzz driving, and you could do some hard time.
Craig, knock it off.
Sorry, Mom.
It could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. And that could set you back a few years. Buzz, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
You're watching KDCG, uniquely Acadiana, a Delta Media station.